I will start to give the floor to Mónica. My dearest friend is coming from Portugal, a teacher from the public school, but you will say a lot more about what you are doing and why you are here to talk us about why teachers are leaving. And afterwards, Mónica, 10, 15 minutes maximum, okay? And
Okay.
you will share the floor afterwards with Jenny, that it's coming from Holland also. So Mónica, without more details, please go ahead. The floor is with you, and we are really curious, in your opinion, what's happening to public schools in Portugal? What can you share with us to know a bit more and deeper what is happening in Portugal and why maybe, by your point of view, some teachers are doubting if they are going to stay or they are going to go? Go ahead.
Thank you, Ines. And happy Bildungsday to everyone. I'm very honored to be here and to be able to share my experience with you. I hope it will be interesting. Like Ines said, I'm a French teacher. I was also a Spanish teacher, Portuguese teacher, literature teacher, and I'm a teacher because I really believe that a good education allows us to have a better future. And of course, a better present also. Everyone wants free, quality public education, but how much people are seeing the relevance of the teachers to do that? That's my question. There is a big difference between having knowledge and knowing how to teach. And the truth is, our students, our future generation increasingly needs teachers who have pedagogy at their fingertips. And from my point of view, in this moment, this is becoming an endangered species. In Portugal, at this moment, we are at risk to making some choices that put the worst teachers inside the classroom and not the better, like we shared at the moment. And why is that happening? Well, in 2022, more than 2,000 teachers, almost 80% of the local active teachers left for retirement. And according to a recent study on teaching needs carried out by the Nova Universidade of Lisbon in collaboration with the Minister of Education, by 2030, we will need more than 34,000 new teachers in the public system. So, the shortage of teachers is a real problem that we need to look at. The average age of Portuguese teachers is 50 years at the moment. Over the last 10 years, the teachers in their 30s or 40s have abandoned their careers in search of new professions and better working conditions. At the moment, we are in September, and in Portugal, the new school year has just begun. And at this moment, we have 60,000 students that have at least one teacher missing. And many of these students will have a teaching missing till the end of the year in June. And what is causing teachers to leave their careers or to retire? There are several reasons of central importance. Increasingly, and since a long time, inside and outside of the Portuguese schools, teachers are being largely devaluated. We are feeling unprotected and recriminated, and often suffer direct attack physically and verbally. On the other hand, we have constant reforms. In the last 10 years, there have been 40 curriculum reforms in primary and secondary education. The subject programs, the class times, the curricular targets, or the students' evaluation were some of the areas changed by the government since 2006. These reforms normally take place in offices without consulting or listening to teachers, who are then forced to apply them in record time and to present good results. And so, what is these results? What is the result of the reforms? The education system is increasingly bureaucratic. teachers are overloaded with paperwork to align with the goals of the system and pass all students at all costs. The underachievement of a student is pointed out as a responsibility of the teacher. And why? Because he didn't apply all the strategy he could have applied. He didn't facilitate correctly the process to achieve the marks that guarantee their passing. So we feel that this bureaucratization takes us away from our real role to support students in their development and growth as citizens and human beings, to foster them the ability to make conscientious choices, to develop critical thinking, to remove the feeling of powerlessness that they increasingly demonstrate. In a world in which we are constantly being abducted by technology and information overload, the school serves to help the students to select where to put attention and focus. Info intoxication has left increasingly visible marks on our youngsters, which manifest by an alarming increase of anxiety, depression, suicidal tendencies, obesity, social exclusion, just to name some. So the school and the teachers are the ones who are best able, I think, to create safe bonds with pupils that takes time and attention, and we are losing that time with papers. Having this in mind, and between papers and meetings, we do our best to meet these pressing needs. What do? We develop activities that promote communication through sharing of readings. We read texts, books, inspirational phrases that lead to conversations that allow them to express their concerns, their anxieties, or their curiosities. We use music and silence to create moments of pause to increase our internal well-being. In the library, we do sessions that we call Time to Read and Reflect, where all aspects fit. We talk about literature, art, science, many subjects. And we also develop value-based education projects with students, because we want to work on values, including we have also make a project with Values Move, whose founder is our host, Inês Medeiros. And why? Because we want to promote in our young people social conscience, emotional intelligence, and civic engagement for the universal cause. A child or a young person in emotional distress can hardly learn. And it is incredibly powerful and impactful to work on values. And it's this work that where I put my faith on, because I still want to continue despite everything, because I was born to be a teacher, and I just want that the system lets me be a teacher. So thank you for listening to me, for having me, and to give me this opportunity to share my point of view.